Greetings, fellow nerds. Welcome back to another MTGA Nerdfo video where we are doing some standard 2022 Forgotten Realms, standard ranked, all that good stuff. Today we're playing, I'm going to be playing a few decks submitted to me by one of my mods actually from Twitch. It's Boros Dragons. I made some changes to it to fit standard 2022 and a little bit more of my playstyle. So if you want to see more stuff like this, be sure to hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, hit that notification bell. You can start finding me in the future. And of course, like I mentioned, I am live on Twitch. Description down below if you want to follow me there. I'm playing some MTG, obviously. I'm playing some RPG games, occasionally some Valorant. I'm actually going to be joining a Valorant tournament between friends soon enough. So I feel like I've been getting better. So hopefully it's getting a little more entertaining this time around. But yeah, if you want to give me a follow there, that'd be great as well. I'm actually giving away promo codes on Twitch every Monday. So if you want to follow me there, that'd be great. Okay, so today we are playing Boros Dragons. I'm a huge fan of anything that's dragons. I mean, who isn't if you're any sort of a fantasy fan? I used to play Dragonborns quite a good amount in D&D, so this is definitely up my alley. Again, most of this is inspired by one of my mods, Burn After Burn. But I've made some adjustments just to, again, fit my playstyle a little bit, all that good stuff. Yeah, really excited to try this out. So let's see how it goes. I mean, I'm pretty excited. So let me show you what we're working with. So we got Portable Hole, good for aggro decks. Not playing a full set. The list does play a full set. Decided to just make it 3. I wanted to make it 2, but I decided 3 was a solid number. In this case, just in case, mono red goblins, it's very popular right now. So decided to play 3. 4 Dragon's Disciple as a 2-drop. So this deck was kind of missing a lot of solid 2-drops, I think, for standard 2022. But Dragon's Disciple comes in great because it comes as a 2/4, which is great. And because we're playing dragons, them getting Ward 1 could be good. Dragon Berserker, I love the first strike, but obviously this fits in this dragon deck because we can make the buzz cost very, very cheap and then just put in a flyer, maybe even 2. Dragon's Feather removal, most of the times this will probably do more than 3 damage, but even 3 damage, honestly, pretty good. Drag Orb of Dragonkind, which helps us color fix if we're in that situation. Look for a dragon if we're good on mana. So lots of good stuff, and it's basically ramp too. Nadar, the only venture card, but I love Nadar. I'm a huge fan of him. Just love this card. I think in general pretty good. Icing Death, which is also pretty solid because it turns into pretty good equipment. Journey to Oblivion is another removal spell. So it's a little expensive, but you know, I think it's worth it. I think it is worth it. I mean, you know, it's just a solid exile removal spell. Goldspan Dragon, no surprise, an adult gold dragon, and then Infernal Starmount. So you can kind of see our top end is a lot filled with lots of hasty boys, which I think is pretty cool. We got a Mirror's Call, Cave of Frost Dragon, 6 plains, 8 mountains, and 4 pathways for our lands. So overall, this deck does need to survive. You want to try and survive to turn 5, and then you just kind of get in the damage with the flyers. I actually do like Adult Gold Dragon in this deck because of the lifelink. That does become crucial at times, but overall it's ramp to big boys, or play stuff to stall to the big boys. So we'll see how this goes. So we're gonna keep this hand pretty solid. I have a turn 2 and a turn 3 effectively. Looks like we're playing against mono white aggro, another popular deck that made an appearance. Oh, I did not necessarily want to draw 2 of my 3 in front of the star mounts, but if we ever get there, it'll be good. Yeah, mono white weenie is also a very popular deck. I always seem to run into that deck as one of my first videos, but let's see how they do here. So I'll reveal Inferno of the Star Mounts. This actually helps too. It mitigates a little bit of the damage potentially coming in. So that's pretty good. Sure, I'm okay with that. Okay, lots of stuff happening here, and Paladin class is a little annoying, I gotta say. Play Cave of the Frost Dragon because that comes in tapped. And we'll reveal the same one once again. No attacks here. We're just trying to hold really, as much as we can. So lots of mono white weenie stuff coming in here. Again, the 2/4 defenders are coming in pretty huge, though. They're at least stopping the ground assault, which is pretty nice. And honestly, once we get a flare, we could just honestly hold it back as a defender. I like Nadar here. So, this might sound weird. I'm going to choose the game 1 life. I feel like that's going to be pretty important. And we will... no attacks. Okay. Well, Goldspan Dragon is not coming out turn 5, which was the plan, but that's alright. Yep, we're going to take damage from the flyers here. Okay, Orb of Dragonkind. So it cost 5 to activate, and then I would need the mana anyway to hold it up. So what I'm going to do... this is still pretty good to go ahead and attack. Obviously, scry 1 here. Don't think I need to give up the Frost Dragon. Okay. I like the sound of that. Oy, oy, oy. So opponent got everything they needed with 4 mana. That usually tends to be the case. Very much so. Yeah, they're feeling confident. I think they do have this. Yeah, the opponent got pretty much anything they would have needed to flat out win the game here. They had the exact amount of mana they needed, Paladin class. So, okay, no surprise there. Again, the opponent just drew everything they needed to win. Function off 4 mana with mono white weenie, so a little unfortunate there. They're probably not playing more than 20 lands. So, again, no surprise. That is why Portable Hole does become pretty important. But we didn't draw any of our removal spells regardless, which we play 10 of. So, a little unfortunate there. We drew into all our high-end stuff before the removal. But that's totally okay, honestly. I think the fact that we were getting to the holding out point was good. Yeah, but mono white weenie. Ugh, what a deck. Alright, we keep drawing lands here, which is generally fine, but definitely want to stop at a certain point. I'm pretty confident with 5 at this point. Would love to draw into a Nadar. Be great. Maybe playing a full set of Nadar is what we need. Yeah, overall, this deck is pretty solid. It's no top tier deck by any means, but I do love it just for the kind of theme, of course. And it has access to good removal, so I think that was more of a... I don't think it was a poor matchup. It's certainly not the best matchup against mono white weenie, but I think in that case the opponent getting 4 lands and then just drawing everything else afterwards was pretty brutal. So they probably kept like a 2-land or 2, which is like pretty incredible, right? So looks like they want to remove our Dragon's Disciple, which is fine. I don't have... I feel like that's actually better because removal spells being used on our 2-drops and not our dragons, generally pretty good. Alright, cool. So we've drawn all the land we will ever need for this game. And at this point we can hopefully draw into our creatures. That's kind of the goal here. We've drawn 6 lands. We're very good on land here. So once we start drawing into our heavy beaters, so next turn we can play Icing Death. Maybe that'll draw some removal. Hopefully we can draw into any of our Hasty boys at this point. But we'll see. Okay, so he definitely has a removal spell. That's most likely, or something of the sort. So that's important to recognize. I'm gonna just do as much as I can to peck him a little bit before... and Dragon's Disciple is going to be good because he does give Icing Death Ward 1. So again, it's going to be kind of key here. Okay, green, black, removal, sacrifice stuff. Okay. Looks like our opponent wants to ramp a little bit. Let's see what the opponent wants to learn. It's gonna be pretty important. Probably the exile, one of the exile effects. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, perfect. So we've drawn into more than enough mana. If any of these were the creature lands, I would have been happy, but given our current situation, that is not the case. But yeah, again, we've drawn everything we've ever needed to function. So hopefully we'll draw into one of our hasty boys soon. That's kind of the goal here. Again, I do pride myself in playing from behind as always. Okay, you have a second removal spell? I don't know if you did the math. Opponent scoops because he didn't do the math correctly for a flunk. We got pretty... I think the opponent would have played it out had they known what we had in our hand, but the opponent decided it was not worth it to continue playing because they made a miscalculation, which is totally on them. But yeah, that was a really unfortunate hand and a set of draws there. That was pretty incredible. I would not have expected we're going to draw 3 lands in a row, but we did. But we still managed to get the victory there, which is good. Oh my goodness. Do I play this hand? It has removal. I'll go ahead and keep it. It has 4 lands. Ooh, I really like that actually. Goldspan Dragon? Okay. Could be good. Oh. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove. I don't want to show him anything. So Orb of Dragonkind is gonna be good as well because that's basically ramp. So I have options. And opponent gets to also mess with us a little bit. It says Goldspan Dragon, no thank you. It's actually a good play because now Dragon's Disciple is effectively just bad. So I'm just gonna play the Orb of Dragonkind. So opponent did a lot of good things there with Paulo. No surprise, Paulo is just such a good card in general. Surprised that it's not a mythic, honestly, with half the things it does. Wow, he pays 4 mana. Okay, he's very... He likes his 4-drop. Okay. So Portable Hole is here, but it doesn't do a whole lot, unfortunately. So I'll play the Dragon's Disciple here. And we're gonna hold. Okay, I'll go ahead and remove Paulo here. Not sure what he's doing. Not sure what to quite expect. But in the meantime, I will kind of just set myself up a little bit. So, wow, looks like our opponent's just really stuck here. Well, I'm going to take full advantage of it. They're probably playing green-white or something of the sort, I imagine? No, they're just... Okay. I feel like our opponent was color screwed or something of the sort. But, yeah, Orb of Dragonkind, pretty good in this deck, because, again, your big dragons are 5 to 6 drops. 5 or 6 drops, so... well, we'll keep on playing, I suppose. Why not? Whoa, we got into a match real fast here. Yoda's Yodeler. Oh dear. I'm gonna keep this hand. I know it has no red mana, but I feel greedy. I feel very greedy. I'm going to pay for it in about a hot second, but sure. I'll let him know that we're color screwed. Why not? Doesn't do a whole lot anyway. Kept a risky hand. Let's see what happens. Okay, sure. Hey, I did keep a risky hand. This is all on me. I think I would have kept regardless because I only need 1 red mana to get the gold dragon to be to get going. So I would have kept anyway. Alright. So we've kept the 4-land hand, and we've not drawn a single land afterwards. And technically it's a 2-land hand, considering that, you know, we are, you know, that's interesting because Arena said that this is your best hand, by the way. So we'll see if that's true. We'll see if that's true, Arena. I'm not sure if I quite buy it. I would love to see like the hands that they don't show you, because I don't know. I wonder, like, for me, if I would do something different otherwise, right? Incredible. So it's not bad though. We get to remove the enchantment here. But unfortunately, I probably would have done that regardless, because the adult gold dragon is still going to be a threat at some point in the game. But of course, we are in a game where we don't have our second color, which is very important. I actually have more mountains here, if I'm not mistaken, because of the double color. But it was not meant to be.
You reek with, aren't I the generous one?
Okay, so I'm actually going to scoop here. So this game was basically, the game basically said, hey, you're actually not going to really play the game, this game, so, you know, just go ahead and scoop. And I don't want to show you content that doesn't really show you what the deck does. Obviously, we had a very decent hand. We just needed a single red mana to get going. And instead, we drew 2 of our 3 Infernal Star Mounts rather than our mini mountains. So, those games, I don't particularly want to play out, because the odds of that happening generally are pretty low. We're going to keep this hand. This is a very playable hand, for once. Let's see what our opponent does here. Where's the go? I'll go with the Dragon's Disciple here, and I'm going to show him the dragon we're going to play anyway. So, and watch this be a game where I don't draw lands, right? Again, that actually means your deck's balanced. If you get flooded and screwed, in short terms, that means your lands are just kind of stacked everywhere. This is somewhat unfortunate. I'll probably lose the Nadar here. But he saw that anyway, so it's not a big deal, but that is unfortunate. Get to go ahead and swing here. Probably, yeah, I-Bat's just or I-Witch is just a solid card in general, because it does get to be a blocker. It's also a flyer, which is pretty nice. Go ahead and play the card he knows about. So this is pretty good. I don't have a dragon, sadly, but we'll see what our opponent does here. I do need to draw lands, and of course this, like I said earlier, this will probably be a game where that doesn't happen, just given the situation, but we're going to try our best regardless. But opponent's got it down on lock. Yep, there we go. Honestly, no surprise there. No surprise at all. Why am I not surprised? Well, it's Arena. When you want something, generally speaking, you will not get it. Unless you're playing like Mono White Weenie with, like, you know, 20 lands and you only need 4 lands to function. But I have confidence that we'll be okay. It looks like we're doing all right so far. But opponent is now ahead on lands, and that is going to be a very huge here. So if we lose this game, we'll probably play another one just to. Again, I want to show you the potential of this deck, and, you know, getting flooded and then getting screwed and then getting color screwed, not really generally a good way to show off this deck. That's just more showing you how unlucky I can be, and why generally this helps you become a better player regardless. I actually, like, you know, I recently went to an FNM, went undefeated, you know, generally because I do get screwed and flooded, of course, but in Arena it seems like a more common occurrence. I don't know why. I actually play less lands in person as well, so I couldn't tell you beyond me what the odds are in this case, but generally speaking, they're pretty low, I imagine. But uh-oh, did our opponent disconnect? I didn't particularly want that to happen. Again, that doesn't show you the case of this deck either. I feel like Arena can sometimes be the battle of like who gets screwed and who gets flooded first, as opposed to like who has better deck, who makes better plays. But yeah, there we go. All right, yeah, I don't want the opponent to get disconnected. That's no fun. All right. Well, you see my terrible hand, opponent. What would you like to do? Even our opponent's confused. Our opponent's like, wait, what do I actually get rid of here? Yeah, that's correct. Because now I have to draw 3 lands, which means I'm not doing anything. Of course, we draw another dragon that we cannot play. No surprise there. So it looks like our opponent wants to exile something. I mean, opponent, you're bounds ahead of me, so you actually have time to set up your board. Okay. Didn't like what he saw. Okay. I'm okay with that. That seems like a good thing for me. Okay, we're getting closer. But we're just going full throttle. Okay, I wonder what our opponent's hand is. It's gotta be pretty interesting. So if we draw a land here, that'll be good if we... As long as we don't draw one of our big dragons, we should be fine. Wow, what a card! Culling Ritual. We don't see that very often, but in this case, it paid off for the opponent. Alrighty. Well, we do pay the 3 lands here. We gotta be as aggressive as we can. What's nice is that even if the Goldspan Dragon dies, we do get to hard cast the Inferno. So that's pretty good. And that will do it. Onyx Liliana will not save you.
It was going to die eventually anyway.
That will do it. And we top decked another one, but we're gonna end the game with Inferno. Whew. So even though we were a little stuck on land, again, big dragons with flying haste will usually do the trick. So, whew, got it there. So, whew, very close by all means, but man, Culling Ritual though, what a card! I did not see that coming. But hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Again, if you're still here, that means you enjoyed watching this dragon deck perform to the best of its abilities. So be sure to subscribe, like, ring the notification bell. Again, follow me on Twitch. All the good stuff happens there mostly. Again, arena code giveaways there. Random shenanigans. You guys get to know me a little bit more as well. Just like I like to talk about my personal life. So a lot of fun stuff happens there. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. Right now up top, YouTube is showing a video of my most recent upload. And remember, is a video that YouTube thinks you specifically like. So go ahead, check those videos out, explore their channel. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you for the next Nerdfit.